Alright, we're going to swap back and we're going to go ahead and get started, and I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Alright, so here's what we're doing all day today. We're going to make Baba Is You. Now, if you don't know what Baba Is You is, it might be the best puzzle game ever made. At least I think so. Let me see if the stream is picking this up. It is. Awesome. So I'm just going to show off. I hope I saved my custom level. I'll show you what Baba Is You is. Alright, so this is Baba Is You. It's a puzzle game. It's on a grid. Actually, let me go to settings and enable grid. Alright, so it's on a grid. So I press down, I go down. I press right, I go right, and so on and so forth. Let me actually get some of this stuff out of the way now that I don't need it anymore, so that I can see all my other stuff. Alright, cool. But part of the puzzle, so the goal of each level is to win. Typically, you'll have something that says flag is win, which means if you touch the flag, you win. Okay? And U is whatever U is. The cool thing about Baba Is You is you can change the rules of the game, right? So normally wall is stop. I can't walk through this wall, right? But if I just push this out of the way, now I can walk through walls, right? And you can do all kinds of other things, like if I want to be the wall, I just do wall is you, and now when I move, the wall moves. And I can change it back real quick and keep all those words stuck. Let me actually reset. And this engine is like deceptively simple. Where's key? Oh, it's all the way down there. I kind of half made this as a test level and half made it as an explanation level. So, let's see. Belt is... They have all kinds of mechanics in here, like you can push objects around. So this belt, this thing with the arrows, if I do belt is push, now I can push it. I can move it around. And if belt is shift, and not push, then anything that goes on the belt automatically moves. I only have one belt, so it's kind of hard to show off. But anyway, we're going to make an engine that can do some of these things. So I've already kind of set some limitations. We're not going to implement the whole game because there's a lot of content in this game. We're going to do is you. We're going to do stop, push, shift, win, shut, open, push. I don't think we're going to do pull. And all these, we're going to do like is, and all the objects that are in this map we're going to implement. So key, door, wall, and none of these objects have any intrinsic rules except for the text. Right? Only the text is special. The text is always push. So there's nothing that says text is push, but I can push them anyway. So Baba Is You has some built-in rules that are hidden, that are just always on. But everything else is just a part of the level. So I'll get out of there. I'm actually going to turn the volume on YouTube down a little bit. It's already pretty low, so it's hard to... Okay. Alright, so we're going to do this from scratch. The only things that I will be allowing myself to not do from scratch are I will be able to look at all the JMonkey Engine tests and copy code from them if I need to. I don't think there's anything in there that I will need, but just in case, we can do that. And the other thing that is not from scratch is I have prepared all of the sprites because nobody wants to see me in Photoshop for an hour on a programming stream. So other than that, everything's from scratch. I'm going to write all of the code. New project. JME3, we're going to do a basic game because I don't really care about menus or anything like that. Baba is engine. Alright, so right off the bat, we'll go to our JMonkey engine generated main method, run it, make sure it runs. It should. Alright, it works. Cool. So we're going to delete all this. Step 1. What should step 1 be? Alright, I'm going to write the kind of skeleton of the game loop. So Baba Is You is not a time-based game, it's an input-based game. So every time you press a button, the game loop fires once, right? So at some point, I'm going to define my input mappings in here. I should probably make a new class for that. Do I need a new class for this? No, it's going to be short enough, I can probably write it in here. So we're going to make a new action listener. Not that one. Oh, was that it? Nope, that's not it. I've already forgotten test controls. It's new action listener. Input controls. Ah, it just wasn't showing up there. Alright, then we're going to implement all abstract methods. Alright. So because there are only really 5 actions you can do, you can move up, you can move down, you can move left, you can move right. You can also hit a key or press a button, like spacebar or something, and it will force the game update loop to run. So sometimes there are things that can happen in the game that do not require you to move, like belt is shift, will only move an object once. But if I have a line of belts, I can keep pressing spacebar and the belt will keep shifting them, right? So there's 5 actions that are going to be in the game. Actually, let's be good programmers, and even though it shouldn't be null ever, we're going to do it like this. So the way I'm going to name the inputs is based on numpad keys. So 2 will be down, 4 will be left, 6 will be right, 8 will be up. Just because I'm too lazy to do something more robust. I do want to try to get as much done today as possible. Move down. We'll fill this in later. Oh, and make sure the key is down. Left. Oh, it's is pressed. Not anymore. Six, 8. So that's move right. Move up. And any other input that is, we'll call it advance. I'll just bind like spacebar to it. Advance game loop. Alright, so the game loop is going to be, first of all, one thing I want to do also, we're going to create a globals class. Don't worry, we're not going to put that much in it. Generally bad to have a lot of global variables, but what we are going to do, yeah, this can be static. Duh, my mind is blanking. Asset manager. A lot of things use the asset manager to load textures and stuff like that. We're going to be using this in other utility classes. This is just so that I don't have to like dig into the, add a function in here to do it. The other thing we're going to make global. The global game time. The reason we want to do that, I closed Baba Is You, but we're going to add this kind of wonky animations that happen when nothing else is happening. Alright, so now we're tracking our global game time. Perfect. We're already making progress. Alright. Now, JMonkey Engine, you are not allowed to change the scene graph, that is, the nodes that cause everything to appear on the screen. you can only change the scene graph in the update loop. So these, when I hit a command to move, for example, I can't do any game logic here. I can do some things, but I can't change the state of the nodes in the graph. So what I usually do is I just have a queue of like messages to process, and the simple update loop just processes them. So we're going to do exactly that. But actually, Baba is used a lot simpler than that because I don't even need a queue of objects. I can just, yeah, let's make it a queue anyway. Now, there should only be one loop per, alright. Start at null. Alright, so if next input not equal null, next input process game loop. Right? And then we're going to update animations. So this is kind of the skeleton of the game. Before I start filling any of this in, one thing that I do want to do... Oh, hold on. We need that. We also need to initialize this. Oops. And was that advance? Okay. This should be in its own method, actually. I also want to remove, clear, delete. Pretty sure there's a delete all or something like that. Clear mappings. Yep. Alright. Input manager dot add mapping. 2. Key trigger? Nope. Key trigger, key input? Yeah. Numpad 2. What am I missing? Oh. Okay, we're also going to make it down arrow. Alright. So numpad 4 and key left. We'll go left. Numpad 6 and key 8. Or sorry, 6. Wait, key right. Talking and typing is hard. Numpad 8 and key up. So, you know what? It'd probably be more descriptive if I just did this. And then advance is just going to be spacebar. Okay, we've got our input listener set up. What's this complaining about? Alright, and just to test, Let's run it and press some buttons. Okay, inputs are not firing. What did I miss? Oh. Left down, right up, left down, right up, advance. Perfect. Now we have all of our inputs mapped. And we're only 20 minutes in. Alright, the next thing I want to do... What's the next thing I want to do? Oh, actually, let me open up that level again in Baba Is You. I want to measure how big it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We don't have to make it exactly this big. It's 24 by 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 24 by 18. We're going to use this to do our resolution scaling. So what's the next thing I want to do? I think what I want to do is I want to create a new class. Normally I'd create different packages, but this is going to be kind of a small project, at least at the start. We're going to create a Sprite class. So this is what is going to take these guys, get it a little bigger on screen. It's going to take something like this, and it's going to kind of cut it up so that when it puts it on a quad, it can like make sure it's showing the right frame and everything. And this is how we're going to learn about texture coordinates. I wrote a Sprite class for another project. What do I need? I don't need the time on the Sprite because we're going to use the global time. Everything will animate at the same time. Do I want this to extend spatial? Sure. A lot of games use an actor engine instead to do this. Extends. And probably don't need the blank constructor, but let's make it anyway. What? Oh, let's make it extend node so I don't have to do anything. Okay. So every sprite that... Okay, sprites that are the same object can still look different in Baba Is You, so I'm not going to store the texture, I'm just going to store the name of the texture. Well, the material's in the geometry, I don't need to do that there. Alright, so what we're going to do is, first of all, scene utils. Alright. Alright. So we're going to create this utility method because I think everything in this game will just use one material. Not one instance, but one type. So, this is why we needed Asset Manager on globals. And then the name of the material, which is matdefs. Is that right? I never remember where these things are. Any one of these will do, I guess. Misc unshaded. Wait, this is all it's gonna do. Yeah, I guess that's fine. We'll apply a texture to it later. Or do we want to do the texture in here? Let's do it in here. Okay. OLED. Alright, we do this in case we have like a missing texture. Where we would just return like a regular texture. So I believe that will find it. Oh, one thing I have to do now. Now that I have this folder, let's go into textures and let's just dump all these guys in there. Okay, we've got our textures in the right place now. Yeah. Wait, edge clamp. I think that's the default, right? What's the default? I think that's the default, but anyway. Do I want anything in here to be mirrored, or repeated rather? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think I need to repeat any textures. Alright. I know I said this was from scratch, but I'm just going to go borrow something from another project. You can just put any placeholder, and we could put the Illuminati one on there. Oh, one thing I need, though. Oh, no, I don't need that here. Never mind. Where's my... Uh-oh. Oh, I don't have it in that one. But I've got it in... Wait, I do have it in here. Is it in effects? Ah, that's going to be our missing texture. It'll be very noticeable. Alright, and now to test this, I'm just going to dump something in the scene. Nope, that's not what I want. Let's do Baba. Yeah, sure, PNG. It extends node, okay. So I need to do a quad. And we're just going to go with, oh, actually, you know what? We're going to use the actual sizes of everything. All the sprites in Baba are 24 by 24. G equals new geometry. Okay. All right. So it should be in the bottom left corner. It's on the GUI node. Because we're in a 2D game, we're not going to be using the root node, I don't think, for anything. Let's see if I get something on screen. I do not, and I also need to hide these things. Which button is that? I forget what button it is to hide that. I don't think I need to add a light to the GUI node. I think that's just, what did I miss? This isn't calling in it. And also in here, we're going to do, okay, we've got a sprite down there. It's really small. It's hard to see, but it's there. Okay, so we've put things on screen. One thing that I want to do, though, is there a way that I can force upscaling things, or can I just make this bigger? Alright, let's decide on a resolution. So, what did I say it was in Baba? 24 by 18 is the max resolution. Alright, so that's a 4 by 3 ratio. Any 4 by 3 ratio will do. What are the out-of-the-box JMonkey ones? 1280 by 1024, I think that's 4 by 3. Whoops, wrong window, hold on. That's 5 by 4. 1280, 960. Okay, we'll do 1280 by 960. Which means each sprite has to be 53 pixels wide. Can I choose a better resolution? Let's see. Let's do 50. So my actual resolution is going to be 1200 by 900. Is that one of the options? No? We'll make it one. Wait. It's app settings. Oh, is width and height, they're just different? Okay. Was it 900? 1200. I need a boolean for this? Okay, let's not do it that way. JME system. Can I just get the settings from here? I don't remember having to do this before. Oh, also set show settings. So it should just open at the right resolution. That's not the right resolution. Wait, is it? That's not 1200. Surely. Wait. This is 1280. That's definitely not 1200. That's way too small. Okay, settings must be null. However, what I can do, I really should do it up here. I know I can resize the thing down here. What do I have to send in here? Oh, load defaults. I thought I had to send something else in there. Then we don't need this. It's guaranteed to not be null. Alright. That's better. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to do the texture coordinates on the sprite. So what I need for that is, do I want the game logic on the sprite? Or do I just want the sprite to link to its game object? Let's make it link to it. Oh right, I need to make that class later. Or we can do it now. Again, normally I'd put these in different packages, but maybe I'll clean it up a little later. Alright, so in Baba is you, each tile, each object in the game can either be a word, like text on the screen, or it can be an object. They face a direction. Sometimes that doesn't matter, but sometimes it does. We're going to put some of the rules down here. Let's make it, yeah, that's fine. Push, stop, shift, open, close. Oh no, shut is what it's called. U. let me look at my sprite list. Defeat, float. Wait, did my YouTube thing go to somewhere else? Oh, it's showing me like I didn't cycle the playlist. One sec. Play all. Shuffle. Repeat. Alright. So I need defeat. I need float. Open. I have open. Float, weak, and win. These are all the... Oh, yeah, it's not gonna work. Oh, man. Awkward. We'll be able to create tiles by name. This will, in turn, create the sprite. Okay, so I need to be able to update sprites. I don't think I'll need TPF, but just in case. Alright, so tile has the direction it's facing. I think that's all the information I need to do the sprite. So the way we're going to do texture coordinates, let me open up one of these in like GIMP or something. Where's Baba? Where's Baba? So the words, I just made the file name whatever the word is, and for the objects I just put an O in front. So Baba is the object of Baba. Okay, show view, show grid. The grid is the wrong size. 24. Alright, so the way texture coordinates work, if we're going to draw it on like a quad, is, let me get some kind of color in here. The bottom left of your texture is 0, 0. This is 1, 0. This is 1, 1. And this is 0, 1. So we have a square, a quad. And what we need to do, let me make this even smaller. What you want to do with texture coordinates is you basically, for a quad it's really easy, you just want to define where the four corners of the texture are. Right? So the facing, the direction the sprite is facing will determine which row we're going to choose. And then each column is like a 3-frame idle animation. So when the player changes direction or pushes an object to change its direction, we'll have to tell the sprite, okay, we're facing this way now. And that's why we're backlinking to the tile. And then in the game loop, as we're just doing updates every frame, we're keeping that global game time. So we're just going to divide the global game time in order to get which row to use. Oops, wrong window again. Here I am. Alright, so int column equals tile.facing. What? Oh, I need to make the public methods. Facing word. Where's my Okay, but it's not going to be is float. It's just going to be is float. Alright. Get facing, but since that is going to be 2, 4, 6, or 8, we're just going to divide it by 2, and then minus 1. So I've already arranged the sprites to account for this. So 2 is down, 4 is left, 6 is right, 8 is up, so that makes it very easy to do the math here. And we're doing -1 because obviously the texture coordinates on the left start at 0. They don't start at 1. Alright, and then int row equals, we're going to get the global game time. We're going to multiply it by 4 because we want 4 frames per second. And then we're going to divide by, oh no, sorry, we're going to mod by 3. Okay. Oh, and one thing that I probably need, get material dot set. Where's the texture coordinate? Oh, it's on the mesh. How did I do this in my other project? Did I just have a link to the buffer and just change that every frame? I'm doing it from scratch, so I'm not going to look it up. I'm just trying to remember how I did it. I don't want to create a new buffer every frame, because that's expensive. I think it's better if I just get the buffer. It's not the index buffer, it's the texture buffer. What's it called? I forget what the texture coordinates are called. This is the one that builds the polygons. You know what, we can look in the quad class and find out, because quad does it. Position, okay, it's a text chord. So I want something like this. If I update an array here, will it update the buffer automatically? I don't know how that works because that's kind of outside of the memory model, I think. Let's try it. Alright, so, oh, I need to do, whoops, get mesh dot set buffer. Let me try that. I'm just going to experiment. Private float text chord equals new float. And it has 8 coordinates, 4x and 4y. Okay. So this goes to the init method. We're not going to send new float, we're going to send the buffer, which initially is just all zeros. And then here, we'll just update the text chord directly and see if it actually does anything on screen. Alright, so the bottom left of our frame is going to be row. Wait, are these both zero-based? I think they are. That's zero-based. That's zero-based. Okay. So this is the bottom left, so it's going to be 0.33f. Do I have 1/3? 1/3 times row. Alright, what else is going to be there? It's going to be text chord 1. Oh no, x, y, x, y, right? Oh no, that's going to be 1 and 3. And then 5 and 7 will be times row minus 1. Alright, those are our y coordinates. Equals, so this is going to be 0.25f times column. Yep. And then this will be plus 1. This will be column plus 1. And this will be column. Alright, so now I want to set default facing on the tile. Or actually, it's going to be, let's make it 6. Alright, so now I'm not calling update on the sprite. What's more efficient here? Because I will be removing sprites from it a lot. Okay, so now I hope I should get an animation on this sprite. Okay, I got an exception. That's fine. Oh, tile's null. Doy. Alright, we're just going to hard code this instead. Just for now. Equals the left, right, so it's going to be 2. Okay, that did not work. I think I just got 1 pixel. Oops. Escape is not bound to, Let me fix that real quick. Key. Escape. Equals name. Oh, it's exit. I can get rid of these now. Alright, let me take a look at my math and see what I did wrong. Time should be updating. You know what? Let's make sure that row is actually updating. So it should cycle between 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Yep. So row is correct. Something's wrong with my math. Or having the buffer up here doesn't work. I may have to set the buffer every frame. Okay, my math is still wrong, but at least it's animating. What happened? One of my numbers is wrong. Let's take a look again. I don't need to print this anymore. Column is always 2. So it's x, y, All right, let's just let's put it on here. Can I get both of these on screen at the same time? It will, oh crap. Get rid of that for now. I'll just get both of these on the same screen. Alright, we're gonna just do it. So column is 2 and row, let's say row is 0, right? So text chord 0 is gonna be 2.5, or 0.25, times column. Column is 2. So 0, 1, 2. So this is gonna be text chord 0. Text chord 1 is 1/3 times the row, which is 0. Oh. This is going to be row plus 1. This is going to be row plus 1. And these are not going to be minus 1. Wait, did I do that backwards? Hold on. No, 0, 0 is the bottom left. Yeah, that's right. I want to go down more. I'm confusing myself. Wait. This is 0, 0 on the texture. So if... I think I may have flipped row. So the box that we want, if column is 2 and row is 0, we want this box. Alright, so text chord 0 should be, 0 and 1 should be here. So it's x, y, so 0 should be 0.5. So 0.25 times 2 is 0.5, so text chord 0 is correct. Text chord 1 should be 2/3. So row... Oh, it's because, yeah, we're counting from the bottom. Alright, so, can I do that? So it'll, instead of going 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, it'll go 2, 1, 0, 2, 1, 0. Oh, that still doesn't help me. Hold on. I need to invert the math down here. I want this to be 2/3. So I go 1/3. Row is currently 0. Oh, that is what I want. And then we're going to add... We're going to sub 1. Sub 1 on this guy. And then don't sub 1 here. Alright, let's give it a go. No, it's still clamping something. Why do I have letters there? Oh, did I load the wrong... I wanted to load Obaba. Hold on. One sec. Let me get this back on screen. It'll still have a problem, but yeah. Something's wrong with my math. Column is okay, I think. Oh snap, get back over there. Luckily, I only have to do this once and it'll just work. So column is 2. So our x-coordinate for 0. And so the first, this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. And they go x, y, x, y. Yeah, I've never really worked with a lot of 2D game engines. I'm more comfortable in JMonkey. It would be better to do this in an actual 2D engine, but I wanted to attempt it in one day. And unfortunately, JMonkey does not have like a Sprite library that does this. I had to write one of these before, but since I'm doing it from scratch, I can't reference it. And for JMonkey, there are. I mean, all the sprites that are going to be in this game are going to be exactly the same size, so I don't really need anything that robust. So my column is fine. Okay, what's my problem with row? It doesn't matter if it animates up or down. So let's just get rid of that. So actually, if row is 0, then the box we're seeing should be this one. So that's our first coordinate, which means 1/3 times, it's just going to be row. This will be row, this will be row plus 1, this will be row plus 1. You know what I also need to do is I need to wait. Transparency should already be on. Alright, we're going to duplicate this. Oh, I accidentally put the red thing there. Something's wrong with my sprite math and I don't know what it is. Where's the eraser? Okay. I'm just going to put numbers in here. 1. Or actually, this is going to be, let's see. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We will replace... We'll replace this texture temporarily. I just want to see like what it's actually doing. It's clamping somewhere. What is it doing? Why is there white there? Hold on. I'm doing something extra somewhere that I shouldn't, I think. Okay, we've got a new sprite. I don't think I have to set... It's in the GUI bucket. It should just support transparency out of the box. What am I missing? I got my geometry. I'm setting... Oh, do I need to do something on this? Oh, oh. Blend mode, alpha. That's what I was missing. But I'm still getting some kind of weird clamping. Alright, my transparency is fine. It looks like the left is getting stretched. The geometry was, but the material wasn't set to blend. So I fixed my transparency. I still have a coordinate error. Let's actually, I'm going to make the sprite bigger just so it's easier to see what's going on. First of all, it looks like these are probably upside down. Alright, so it's... The coordinates go... Bottom left is 0 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the text chords. So what am I doing wrong? Yeah, and I don't want it to repeat. So whatever I've got on the left is not working, and what is going on? It looks like it's trying to get two of the things at once. I should have color-coded these because I don't actually know what it's trying to... Whoops. Go blue. And I only really care about the edges, so let's get a purple, 5, black, 6. Oh, that's 8. Let's go white, 9. And then some kind of yellow, 12. Alright, export that. Alright, let's see what it's actually trying to do. So it's going red, white. Well, it's got some green in there too. I definitely did something wrong. So red and green are showing... Did I divide by the right number? There are 4 columns. And all my columns either going to be 0, well, it's always 2 here. You know what, let's set row to 1. Or, let's set it to 0. Alright, so when they're both 0, what I see, whoops, oh crap, that's the old one. When they're both 0, I expect to see this box. Which I kind of do, except it's flipped on the x-axis, and it's clamping right here. That doesn't make any sense. .25 times the column. I need to hide this for now. Yeah, it's like clamping in the middle. Alright. You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to print this whole buffer. To verify my numbers. And, oh. It's going to print a lot. Because this is happening every frame. I guess that's fine. Alright. What's going wrong is my texture coordinates are kind of not working. I'm expecting to see this box. And I'm getting a flipped version, and also it's clamping kind of in the middle of the box. So I'm printing out all of the texture coordinates that are in here. Yes, the Y value does start from the bottom. So I've hard-coded column is 2 and row is 0. Oh, actually, oh no, that's wrong. I should be seeing that box if column is 0. I'm actually expecting to see this box. Oh no, this is going worse than I thought. Wait, column is 0. Let's see what this does. Now I see nothing. So I'm getting one of those blank boxes. Get out of here. Alright, I'm going to have to put more 10, red, 11, sure, 6, purple, nope, not purple, let's do white, 7. I did this for a more complicated engine and didn't have this much trouble. I'm missing something really obvious in my bad math. Text chord. Oh no, sorry, F. Close that. Okay, 0, 0, 0, 0. Well, that's why I've got clamping issues. I've got too many zeros. Wait, alright. Oh, I'm so stupid. Derp. Oh, look. All of a sudden it works. Okay. However, it doesn't really work, right? Because, oh yeah, column is 0. So if I do, let's try to render the 8, right? So that's going to be column is 3 and row is 1. Well, it's black and the background is black, so that's actually correct. Alright, so we can get rid of this, re-export this. Oh, the other thing that I have to do, though, is when these textures load, I have to tell them to not scale with a filter. I have to tell them to do nearest neighbor, because this is going to look blurry. Yeah, I don't want that. We can fix that now. Oh, and I can implement my other logic, where this actually gets from the time. What did I do? Oh. Yep, that is going to be in... Where do I get the texture? Here? Yeah. Alright, so now it should look all pixely. Perfect, we've got an animated Baba. Step 1 complete. Our Sprite class works. Alright, next step we're going to change this back to the regular size of 50 by 50. So what it'll actually look like on the screen is that. That's about how big everything is going to be. It was in the bottom left if you didn't see it. Turn off bitmaps. Why? What'll happen if I leave it on? For textures this small? Well, if I run into that problem, I'll do it. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to implement. What am I going to implement next? I think let's make a class called level. I haven't actually planned this part. I'm just going to try it. So a level is made up of a bunch of tiles. So we're going to call them spaces, and it's going to be a big array. And for this project, every level is going to be the same size, which is 24 by 18. Grid equals new space. I have not defined that class yet. I gotta get rid of those templates. Let's see, defines a single space on the level. Put level is empty. Alright, so in Baba is you can actually have multiple things on the same space. So we're going to have a list of tiles on this space. That's pretty much all the space is going to be. Yeah. And we can put some OO stuff in here later, just to make the rest of our code cleaner, but for right now, I think this is really all we need. Alright, so a level is this big array of spaces, and oh, let's see. I could make a, well, I can't make an array of tiles, right? It would have to be an array of lists of tiles, because each tile in the game can have multiple objects on it. So like, let me actually open the, do I still have Steam open? Let me show you. Have you guys played Baba Is You? It's actually really good. I'll go to my test level in here. So we're going for something like this, right? So if I get rid of wall as stop, I can walk through walls. But so Baba and wall are on the same tile now, right? And you can do other things, like I can push this key onto this belt. Whoops. So now there's key and belt are on the same thing. And if I wanted to, I could push both of them onto the wall. So I could have key, belt, and wall on the same space. Right, so that's why we need a list. Oh, I don't want to call init here. This is where we're going to load a level, and I'm going to make up a really dumb text format to do that. Alright. Oh, since you've only heard of it and not seen any gameplay, let me show you why I thought programming this game would be so awesome. So like, it's a puzzle game, right? But the part of the puzzle is you change the rules of the game. So Baba is me, right? And wall is stop, so I can't walk through the wall. You saw before, if I break this, I can walk through the wall now. But I can do other crazy things, like I can do wall is you, and now I control the wall. Right, so I'm basically going to implement all these rules, but right now I'm just doing like the sprite system and loading the map. Yeah, this game does some weird things to your brain when you get to some of the advanced levels. It's pretty bonkers. Um, all right, so for now, all right. All right. Let's do data first. I don't have a maps folder, so we'll make one. New folder, levels. Test. Alright, so I'm going to make up a really stupid format. It's basically going to be a CSV. Alright, so we're going to separate it by commas. "23 commas because there are 24 columns. And we're going to have 18 rows. This is our map format. I mean, these are really easy to load too. And the other thing I'm going to have is the tiles, or the tiles are just going to be space delimited within here. So I'm going to have, oops. The naming convention that I used for the sprites is, so there are words in the game, right? The words that you can push around to change the rules. Oh, Baba 2020. So those are just, the sprite is just the name of that word, right? So Baba is for the word Baba. But for objects, I just put an O in front. So we've got O Baba, O box, O door. It's pretty bush league, but it'll get the job done. Okay, so we've got O Baba, and then up at the top right, we're going to have Baba is you. Okay, I've just designed my first level. This level is the hardest level in Baba is you because it is impossible to win. Alright, do I want a utility method for doing this? Probably not. Alright. Oh, I need to write a function to get string from a file. because I'm not using like Apache or anything. It won't take that long. Oh, actually, you know what? I can use scanners for this. This doesn't have any weird complicated text. I can just use a scanner and a tokenizer. Oh. Normally when I load stuff from file, I don't do it this way. IO exception. Because this way is really bad. But if all I have is commas, spaces, and letters, then this is perfect. So each line is going to be split by comma. And then, so if I wanted multiple things on one tile, right? Like if I wanted a key and a belt, I would just space separate them. So the commas are going to separate the spaces, and within each space, if I want multiple tiles, I just put a space between them. E. And theoretically, we should never throw an exception unless we try to load a map that doesn't exist. So we'll just load a default map if that happens. Oops. Alright, for I equals 0, or let's do it this way. Row. Grid, row, column. Wait. Did I do that backwards? Wait. Rows go up to... No, it's the other way around. Did I type something wrong? Oh. Row less than 24. I might have reversed these. Now here's what we're going to do, right? While has next line, string line equals scanner dot next line. And then spaces equal line dot split, split on the comma. I need a string. We'll get to that later. Wait, let me think about if this is going to work. This one needs to go to 24. Okay, it is row. So our default map is just going to have nothing on it. What I am going to do, public void add tile. What happened to YouTube? Music just stopped. Wait, oh, come on, YouTube. So if I want to inject something, yeah, exactly. So if I want to inject, like if I want to say, put an object on this space, I can do that. Yeah, the music's really quiet, it's mostly for me. I can turn it up a little bit. It just faded out. Alright. We'll implement that later. Up here, so the current goal that we're working towards right now is I have this janky file format for our levels. I want to load it, and then I want to see the level. Okay. Whoops. Oh, I probably don't need this class. I'll keep it just in case I want to put something there. I don't care about space right now. Alright. So now I have an array of each space in that row. Alright. String tiles on space equal space text dot split by space. Actually, let's make it just any white space. Alright. Oh, the other thing that I need to do is I need to keep track of all the sprites. What am I doing? The reason I need to do this is because I need the main method to be able to grab these. Oh, wait. No, I'll just do this on the level. So instead of updating the sprites in here... Oh yeah, we don't need this anymore. Instead of doing that, I'll just do level update. And I'll just propagate that through. What I do need, though... That's going to throw a null pointer exception. Alright, for tiles on the space. And this is where we're going to create our sprites. Oh, I want to do tile equals new tile. Oh, the other thing I need to do is I need to initialize these things on my grid. So... Okay, row starts at 1. And in here... Alright. Grid, row, column equals new space. Alright. Actually, I probably just want to make this a list of tiles. No. I'm going to use that only for, I'm only using this list for the animations. Can I get the sprite from the tile? Oh. No, it works the other way around. I need to also create a sprite. And what do I send in here? The texture name. Am I appending PNG on this? Now I am. Okay. Alright, so sprite set tile. Oh, I didn't put any getters or setters on it, did I? Alright, set tile to that guy so that it knows some information about the game. So this is going to be the game entity, and this is just going to be for the visual. And then I need to add sprites. Okay. And then the grid, row, column Wait, what? Oh. Wait a minute. Okay. Okay. So level dot update needs to exist. Okay. So will it blend? Let's just do it. But first, I need to do a little bit of things. Let's just do this. And then I need to attach the sprites to the GUI node. Wait, sprites are nodes. I can just do this. At some point, we're going to have to be able to remove sprites from there. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. So it's going to be spatial s in sprites.getChildren. If we are a sprite, wait, I did that wrong. Too many parentheses? Yeah. Okay. So I've got a level. The level has a node. That node is going to have all the sprites on it. I'm creating a level here. We're also going to child. Oh, you know what I didn't do though? Is I didn't set the local translation for all these sprites. They're all going to be in the bottom left, no matter what space they're on. Level dot get sprites. So right now we should just see a hodgepodge of some of these in the bottom left, all jumbled up, or get an exception. Oops, where am I? This guy. This was working a second ago. Wait, what did I mess up? Oh, I can't initialize the level before I set that. This has to go in the init method. Okay, we got another exception. Array index out of bounds. I did math wrong, didn't I? I need to move this back to where it belongs. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There are 18 rows. Oh, the numbers are right here. I could have just used that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20. 1, 2, 3, 24. Oh, you know what? It has to be represented like this. Yeah. Number of rows, number of columns. Now it's throwing an exception on 24. That should never be 24. If I debug it, it'll take forever to get in there. Maybe I'll just print out the lines. Let's see if it's just reading the lines properly. It read... Oh. Wait, what? New scanner. Do I have to define a delimiter? It printed out 2 lines, didn't it? Wait. It printed out 2 lines. Why did it do that? That's a pattern. How do I set the pattern? In the constructor, maybe? Oh, thanks Internet Explorer, but go away, please. Character set. Path. Source character set. Source string. Why is it printing out... Oh, I'm dumb. It probably printed 2 lines, right? Okay, so Baba is you. And then this second line through the exception. Why? In that case, I'm going to put a breakpoint right here. But we're going to have to go to the... This is the first line. I want to go to the second line. Oops. Turn that off. Alright, here's the second line. So what do we have on spaces? Spaces has 2 items in it. Oh, that's not right. Oh, you know what? I have to tell the scanner... Oh, I have to tell split to include empties. Why would that cause an exception, though? Columns not being reset. Alright, so we have a hodgepodge of textures, and one of them is missing. What texture am I missing? Baba is you, oh Baba. I wonder if it's trying to load empty textures. I bet that's what it's doing. I bet all these blank spaces are trying to load an empty texture. So, we have to fix that. Level. If stile is empty, continue. Alright, so now we've got Baba and some words. Their translations are not set. Do I want the tile to have the location or the sprite to have the location? How would a tile know where it is? I think when I tell the level or the grid to place a tile, it has to update it. So the tile should have a location. Can I use point instead? I don't really need vectors. Alright, so the tile has a location. And then when the sprite looks at where it is in update, since we have a fixed resolution of 1200 by 900, and all our sprites are 50/50, and the resolution itself doesn't actually matter, so it's going to be tile.get location.x times 50, tile.get location.y times 50. We can animate this later. Oh, and then oh, that's another thing that I forgot to implement. This will force some sprites to appear on top of others. But right now they're all on the same thing. Okay, so now I should have set everything to the correct positions. Nope. Oh, I don't have a tile. Okay. I'm setting it here. Oh, the tile doesn't have a default location. So when I create the tile, I have to set location, and it's going to be row. Nope, it's going to be column, row. And I will add that utility method. Alright, so this thing parses top to bottom, but the game renders bottom to top, so that's why it's upside down. We're making progress, making progress. I'm able to load levels now. Okay, what do I want to do next? I think I want to implement this rule, the isU rule, and movement. So the sprites don't have a name, but the tiles do, I think. Oh crap, the tiles don't have a name. That's a huge problem. This is how we're going to detect which rules apply to which tiles. Alright. So let's go back to our game loop. So this is why I made this test level. I may have to open it up again in Baba is you. Steam. Because there's like a couple different steps to when you do anything. And this is part of why I made this level, these words on the outside. Okay. So the very first thing that the game processes is when you hit a move, it moves anything that's you. The key is pull, that's why it moved. So if I press up, the very first thing that happens is whatever is me moves up if possible. Okay. And anything that's push or pull also moves. Rules are applied after the move. Wait. This rule doesn't exist, so when I push this, it moves, then the rule goes into place. Okay, so rules are applied after you move, and after rules are applied, we recalculate what the rules are. So that's why the word shift doesn't go down when I move it like this, but then if I move one more time it does, because the belt was shifting down. Actually, here's a better way to so if I move this right, it should go down as well. Yeah, so the move happens, then all the other rules happen, then we recalculate the rules based on new positions. here's a here's another way to show it. If I had another object here, right, and the key stays there because that rule didn't exist on the last frame. Okay. So do player move. Then we're gonna do player move. I think will include push and pull. I don't think I'm gonna implement pull today because it's the same thing as push pretty much. So we're gonna do the player move. Then we're gonna do other moves. This will be things like, or actually let's apply other rules. So this will do things like belt is shift or is shift to move things around, or in Baba Is you can have like something is shut and something else is open. When they touch, they destroy each other. So that will be applied here as well. Basically anything that's not directly related to player movement will happen there. Recalculate rules. Okay, so that's our basic game loop. The only thing I have to do is recalculate rules right when the game starts. Okay. Building a little bit top down. This can be private. Void do player moves. Leave that empty for now. I just want to get rid of my compile errors. Apply other rules. Alright, recalculate rules is going to be a monster, and I'm going to put it on the level actually. Yeah, I don't think I want that here. Do I want these here? I may need to do these things here to do like transitions and animations later. Might be easier if they're in here. Alright, level.recalculate rules. And I also need a way to store the rules. What do I want to store these rules as? How do I want to store these? So I'll be iterating through the spaces to see what words are on each space. And then I will be keeping track of chains of words, left to right and top to bottom. And when I find a chain that's valid, I'll have to store that rule somewhere. How do I want to store that? I could do it as a string, but then I'm like parsing it later and it's really weird. Actually, I probably want to do that anyway. Alright, let's just play around. Let's create a new thing called rule. Use OO to our advantage. Alright. String applies to, actually it's going to be a list of strings. Well, I'm recalculating all the rules. This can be a read-only list. Arrays are faster for that. So applies to is going to contain the names of the objects like odor, obox, obaba, things like that. Private boolean true. Oh, I can't call it that. Boolean affirm. So there's also a word in Baba Is You called not. So I could, for example, have, if I have a rule while is stop and I have another rule, while is not stop, the not wins. So this will determine whether it's a not or not. Even talking about programming this game is confusing. Alright. And then, yeah, it's not a not. Not the kind you tie, the kind you not. So we're going to have a list of strings, a list of tile names that this rule will apply to. Whether the sentence is a positive or a negation. And then each rule can only apply one behavior, I think. Yeah. So the behavior is the letters at the end of the rule. So basically these are the behaviors. Actually, I could just create separate rules. Let's just make this a single string. If I have one rule that applies to multiple things, I'll just create separate rules. Will this work? So this would be like Baba is or is not you. Oh, behaviors can also be other objects, by the way. So you can do Baba is wall, and it'll transform Baba into a wall. But we're not going to store that as a rule. When that situation happens, we're just going to lump it in with apply other rules. So this will only be for the properties that are on this class. Or you know what? I'm going to call it trait. Alright, so this represents something is something, or something is not something. Okay. I think that'll probably work. And let us... Alright, let's write an ugly algorithm to recalculate the rules. Wait, what's this? Do player move? Alright. Ugly algorithm, here we come. Recalculate rules. And also, this is going to store a list of rules. First thing we do, clear the rules. There are no rules in this game. Alright. Oh boy. For... was it? Grid? Ooh, I'm gonna need... Do I need XY coordinates in this? See, when I'm trying to think of what I want this algorithm to look like. I'm going to have to iterate through this big grid. That is, oh, right. I still have a compile error. I'm still going to have to iterate through like this, left to right. I have to look for rules left to right like this one is, but rules can also be top to bottom. So what I could do is I can store the current sentence as a chain. Oh, I actually can't do that because words can be on top of other words. There's actually some levels in the game where you have to put two words on the same space to form two rules with the same other words. Actually, let me show you one of those levels so you know what I'm talking about. I just have to remember which levels they are. What's this one? I don't think it's this one. What's this one? Okay, it's this level. Now I have to remember how to solve it. No, this is not one of the levels where you need to do that. Hold on. There's one level that you, like, teleport words into other words. I don't remember... Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. So here's how you solve this puzzle, right? I need to break these rules where I can get them back later. They don't give you a lot of space on some of these levels. So I want flag to be telly. I want rock and skull like this. So I just keep teleporting them until they're on the same tile. It's kind of random where they go. Okay. Now I have two words on one space, so I can make rock is push and skull is push. And that's how you beat the level. So I have to detect rules like this too. So I can't just use a single list or whatever. Ugh. You know what? I could probably just store all the words as a string, and if things are on top of each other, oh my god, that's gonna get so complicated. That's one of the advanced levels, though. Like, the levels start off pretty easy, and they get progressively more complicated. So I can't have just a list. Okay, my naive idea of this algorithm is I'm going to iterate. Save. I'm going to iterate through, right, tile by tile. And if there's any break, if there's any like space between words, then I can like end the sentence and then start anew. That's the easy part. But the hard part is if I've got two words on the same space, I need to support that. How do I track that? Alright, here's an idea. As I'm iterating through, I'm going to have a bunch of blanks, a bunch of spaces that don't have words. When I get to a space that has words, for each word on the space, I will start a separate string. That won't work either. Oh god. I'm going to have to make like a graph. I'm going to have to make a graph of words that are connected. And I'm just going to have to like exhaust through every path on this graph to find the rules. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. Because just like the thing I showed you, there is another level where you have to like put two object words here, and then you have to put two predicates or whatever here. Not predicates. Preposition? I don't know. Whatever. Actually, there is one where you put two predicates or two traits on the end. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to make a graph. Oh, that's gonna suck. Do I want to do that in the algorithm, or do I want an object for that? Let me think. Yeah, I mean, graphs are amazing, but they are kind of hard to work with. What I could do is I could use like a really super simplified graph, because I know that it's going to be linear, right? It's going to be a linear graph, a linear directional graph. So instead, I can just have a list of like layers, and then just do like do nested for loops for each layer. Oh boy. This is going to be the most annoying algorithm I've written all month. So yeah, what I'm thinking is, come on. Yeah, let me just make this a little bigger so I can, what is that, 996? Sorry, whatever, 800. So what I'm thinking is, I'll have like a word, and then I'll have like an is, right? And then I may have like two traits. And so I'll have to track some structure like this, but it's only going to go in one direction. Whoops, this is way too big. Right, so this will only go to the next word, this will only go here. So in this case, there are only 4 rules, right? So there's this rule, this rule, this rule, and this rule. What I was thinking of doing is just store like a list of these, and then a list of these, and then a list of these. The problem is not all the rules in Baba Is You are just 3. You can have like, there's the and keyword, which was in my test level, where it's like key is push and pull. Well, actually, no, I can even, if I have an and, I can just cut the and out and I can drop this dude in there. Oh, that's a really good idea. Then I think all of my rules will have this 3-layer network. All right, let's do that. List of, so these must be words. String or tile? String. So these would be the subjects. What am I listening to? Did my playlist jump to something else? This isn't Baba Is You. No, this is Hollow Knight. I told my playlist to repeat. I don't want this to like get muted in case I want to export it to YouTube. So I want to keep using the Baba Is You. Where is it? Play all. Shuffle repeat. I don't know why it went to something else. Alright, so we have a list of subjects. We're going to have a list of, I was never good at, like, what are all the word tenses and different kinds of words. Is or has. Give me the, it doesn't, yeah, be. Yeah, but what's the, oh my god. predicate, the part of a sentence containing a verb and stating something. Okay, so it's the predicate. That's what I thought. So this is going to be predicates. Predicates. And then list string of traits. Oh, I just thought of something. Let me get my editor out. I also want to test something else. So we're going to do belt is shift, but we're also going to do belt is wall. At the same time. Oh, whoops. This has to go there. Oh. Oh no. That's fine. I can fix this. Belt is not wall. Okay, save. I want to see what happens when I create two rules at the same time that mess each other up. Alright, get me out of here. Alright. So if I make belt is wall and belt is shift at this... Oh, well that's not going to work, right? It'll just be a wall. Oh, belt is not wall. Why did I do that? Alright, what was I... Initially, the thought that I had was, like, if I turn something into something else, and also give the something else a behavior, oh, well, I want his wall is shift. I can use this one. Wall is... Okay, if I push this over and create belt is shift, what was I trying to do? I already forgot. I'm thinking about the use case if I create a rule like belt is shift, that will not cause the shift to happen right away. Basically, the question is, do the transforms happen before everything else? I don't think so. I think movement happens and things are transformed after the rules are calculated. Okay, never mind. I don't have to test that. Close that. Alright. We're going to go through each row. Do I need to know the locations of these rules? I don't think so. No, I don't. So this is in level. Okay. For space row in grid. Alright. First things first, if column tiles get words is empty. So if this is a blank space, then we reset our sentences. So subjects.clear, predicates.clear, and traits.clear. I may have to, like, apply the rules here. Alright. Alright. Come on. Alright. Alright. Now we can get all of the words that are on one tile. What's it complaining about? Oh, I don't want this. I just want space. Okay, so if it's empty, then maybe we apply the rules here? I'm not sure. And then we clear out our sentence chain. We also have to get a second for loop going vertically. That's going to be slightly harder, because we'll have to iterate through... yeah, we'll have to use some array indices to do that. Alright. Else... Alright, so the structure, let me just type in like every possible sentence we can have. We can have subject, and subject is predicate, right? We can have subject, well, let's start simple and go more complex. Subject is predicate. Subject is not predicate, wait, is trait, not predicate. Subject is not trait. Not subject is trait. And not subject is not trait. That's really the same as above. This doesn't have to be exhaustive, really. Subject and subject is trait. Subject is subject. Subject is trait. Right, what this will do is it will turn the first thing into the second thing, and then the second thing will gain the trait. So this is like two sentences. And you can have... So basically, anytime I hit a subject... Maybe I can implement this here. I have a name. Okay. Public Boolean is subject word. Return subject words. Oh, new array list. What's it complaining about? Now what's it complaining about? Cannot infer type argument. Alright, so Baba. I probably should have just made those blank. These should be defined in a separate file, but since I want to do as much as possible in one day, I'm putting it here. Wall, we're going to have key, we're going to have door, we're going to have rock. What else did I put in here? Alright, objects. Oh wait, is subject word. We want subject words. Yeah. Baba, wall, key, belt, box, flag, skull, I did wall. Okay, those are all of our subject words. Oops. Here's where I was. Okay. Yeah. This, the only reason it's a mess is because I have to support chain sentences that share words. Like, Baba is, wall is, stop is a valid sentence. So I have to parse this, detect that it's a rule, implement it, and then start a new sentence with just this guy. Oh god. Is there a better way to do this? Oh, I can also have subject is subject. Oh no, no I can't, never mind. Oh, I can have this. Is this the full grammar for Baba? Okay, so a subject can be subject or subject and subject, right? I just need to figure out how to get this algorithm to detect the difference between this sentence and this sentence. Or, rather this one. So when I hit a subject, do I want to, like, look back? Maybe I should do this in the rule class. Whenever I hit a word... So wait, I need at least 3 words in a row to make anything, right? There's no 2-word rule. Probably don't want this in the rule class. See, it's only early afternoon. And I'm almost done with the entire game. This is the whole game right here, is just implementing this. I think the rules for, like, push and stop are going to be pretty easy. Alright. What is... Do I have, like, a wasp or something in here? I may have to go on extermination duty for a few minutes. I hear some buzzing. Well, I'll wait until it starts flying around. Alright, if... Oh, I have a list of words, don't I? Oh, God. This is not going to work. I can't do it like this. Because there's another level where you can stagger the sentences. So one tile can have, like, subject is something, and then the tile that has is also has a subject, and the tile that has the last subject has an is, and then you have a final like trait over here. So like these are layered on top of each other like this. Ugh. That's gross. Alright, let's try it this way. Sentence. Alright. So a sentence will track a single sentence. It's kind of like a rule, but it's for like unformed rules. Okay. So all sentences start with either a subject or the word not. Okay. That's the easiest part. They all start, so when I hit a subject or I hit a not, I know that I could start a sentence. So all I really need to store is a list of sentences. Alright, dude. See you later. Alright, so I need a way to tell each sentence that I have moved to the next tile, and if the next tile doesn't make sense to you, then you are just dead. So let me think about it by looking at this again. Well, let me let that sit in the back of my head just for a brief second. When I load the level, I actually want to flip. I want to flip these so that my level loads upside up. Get rid of that. Comment this whole thing out, because I want the level to actually represent what it is in the text file, so I'll just flip the y-axis here. Okay, I did my math wrong. Oh, there are 18 rows, not 23. So this should be 17. No? Do I have to put 18? Wait. There are only 18 rows, right? So I'm starting at row 17. Why did it get to -1? Oh, because there's more text in this file. And row greater than or equal to 0. Alright, so now the level represents what is in the text file. Alright. That was going to bother me later. Back to this garbage. How am I going to track multiple sentences layered on top of each other in a way that won't make me rip my hair out? Alright, so I'm going to iterate through each tile. When I hit a subject and I was previously on like a blank, I'll say, time to begin a sentence. Alright, so I got rid of these. Clear. Clear all of our sentences. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this sentence determine. I'm not going to add tiles to the sentence. I'm going to add spaces to the sentence. So this is actually going to return a list of sentences that are not this sentence. This will make sense. Let me just get it out of my head before I explain it. Oh my god, this is so smart. I'm missing something somewhere. What happened? Oh, there's no return. Alright. So let's say that I have on the same slots, I have like Baba, or let's do something like rock is push, but on the same tiles, I have wall is stop. Alright? So I'm going to iterate through the tiles here. Every time I see a subject, I will both start a new sentence, because I may need something like this, but I will also add it to any existing sentence when I see a subject. So for example, I will start two sentences here, because there are two words. There's only one is. Okay. So then I go to the second tile, there's an is. So for each sentence that I've created, I will add is to that sentence. So the grid will look like that, but my sentence will, here are my sentences in this case. So I have rock is, and I have wall is. So the rock and the wall here are on the same tile. The is just by itself on one tile. Push and stop are on the same tile. When I get to the third tile that has push and stop, I will iterate through these sentences, and the first one that I add will just get added, so it'll be push. And then when I get to this one, I'll say, oh, there's another word here. I'm going to clone both sentences. Well, they'll do one at a time, so this one will clone itself first. Right? And then this one will clone itself. And it'll just return the new ones so that I can add it to this list. And this is infinitely scalable. Okay, I think this will work. Handling not is going to be a pain in the ass, though. I may have to do some, like, look-aheads. Ugh. Alright. Equals new sentence. Can I copy... Do I want to store tiles? Or do I want to store the actual words? I probably don't need to store the tiles themselves. Because words always interact with each other. There's no rule that prevents words from touching. I think I'd rather just have a list of strings. I don't really need to know anything about the tiles, do I? Is there anything I need to know about a word tile that would cause it to not apply to a sentence? I don't think so. Let's just store it as a string. I forgot to add that. What am I doing? Come on. I don't really need to set. I should never be changing a tile's name. If that ever happens, like if a tile becomes something else, I'll just create a new tile. I will add a constructor. I will add a second constructor. String s in other dot tiles. Tiles dot add s. We're cloning this sentence. And then sentence dot add to chain. Oh no. Sentence dot tiles dot add word tile dot get name. And also new senties. Alright. Okay, I think this will work for me. So if there are no words here, we're going to clear all of our sentences. Otherwise, for each word... Wait, I'm iterating through... What am I doing? I want to create one new sentence per word tile on this space. Alright, if I have to iterate tile t in column dot get words. Actually, we can very minor optimization. And also code is a little better. Alright. So actually I want to iterate through the sentences, but there is a separate case. If I don't have any sentences, then I'm just going to create a bunch of new sentences. Alright. I probably could make this slightly cleaner, but in the interest of time, I'll just continue with what I'm doing. I want to, if I make this, if I make that public, or if I expose that, that might be bad. For each word on this space, we're going to create a new sentence. We'll do the same method for tiles. And this is just going to be the, it's not going to return anything. Alright, tiles.add t.getName. Okay. Okay, if I've already got sentences, then we're going to iterate through our sentences. Wait a minute. I may have to... I need to make a different level to test this. Okay. So, that's fine. Actually, let's get rid of this for now. Oh, Baba. Oh, rock. Oh, door. Oh, wall. Alright. So I want to have... Baba is you. We'll do it one at a time. And there's our algorithm. Uh-oh. That's not safe. Oh, crap. Okay. You can't add to an array if you're iterating with this kind of notation. It throws an exception. So I have to add them to this like temporary list. And then once I have generated all my new sentences, then I can do this. And then... Okay. I think our algorithm to generate the sentences is done. Let's make a sentence.toString for debugging. For... Oh, yeah. What? Oh. Okay. So, once I'm done, I want to print out all the rules that I have. Alright, I have just a sneaking suspicion that this is going to throw some exceptions or run into an infinite loop. Alright, recalculate rules. I've got an exception here because one of my columns is apparently null. How'd that happen? Oops. Alright, so in my debugger, I've got this dot grid. It's got 17 rows. Each row has got 24 columns. Oh, they all have the length over here. Good. Okay. How is this null? Where's row? Oh, are these not initialized? Oh, crap. Well, it should be. Did recalculate rules run before the init? Huh, okay. Actually, yep, that should be fine. If that was the problem, I have just fixed it. What? I've still got a null? In the same place. How can column be null here? That doesn't make any sense. Let's try again. Alright, which row am I actually looking at? The first one, right? First row, first column. Initialized is true. So it did all this. Unless it threw an exception, and I didn't implement this yet. That might have been what happened. No? It loaded the map. How is this null? I didn't delete a line here, did I? Let's look at the first one, though. How can this ever generate null columns? I am creating a new space. What? 16, 0. I'm so confused. How does this go from 16 to 1? Row starts at 17. The first thing that it should print is creating space. Well, it should print the line, the first line, which is this one. And then it should, oh. The limit parameter controls the number of times the pattern is applied and affects the length of the resulting array. If the limit n is greater than 0, the pattern will be applied at most n minus 1 times. Wait, split should return... It should return blanks. Length is 0. What? What's line? Line's got a bunch of commas. Oh. I have to, like, include, there's another split method. Yeah, this one. That's the one I was just reading. I want it to return the things that even if they're blank. The number of times the pattern's applied. If the limit n is greater than 0, the pattern will be applied at most n minus 1 times. The array's length will be no greater than n, but it could be shorter. I thought there was a version of the split method where you could get the, am I gonna have to, like... Oh, man. So, what about row 2? Can I get in there? Second row has stuff in it. It should. Yeah. Oh, it only brought back the first 4. Crap. Alright, it's not returning the blanks in here. I mean, the naive way to do it. Let's replace single comma with this. I think the rest of the logic will still work. Alright, so spaces is now 24. Most of them are a single space. Is that a single space? That's a single space. Or are these 2 spaces? Oh, those are 2 spaces for some reason. But now, Okay, when I split by white space, that should return nothing, because it's all blank. Okay, let's go to row 2. This should return, wait, what? Uh-oh. Oh, that's for the first, space. I want the second space, actually. So this one is Baba. And it contains 2 things on it. Tiles on space. It's a space and Baba. So I need stile dot trim. Luckily, I only have to run this code once per level, so I can have all these weird string manipulations. Okay, I think I fixed that. So load the whole level. Alright, I've created a bunch of spaces. I can comment out my things here, because I don't really need them anymore. Alright, but our recalculate rules... Oh, and I don't need this anymore either. Now let's keep it anyway, it doesn't hurt. Nah, screw it. Change my mind again. Alright, so I ran recalculate rules and it detected that there are no rules. I'm going to have to step through this logic. I want to go in there, because eventually it will run into Baba, right? It'll run into Baba. It did not. Am I calling this method? I am calling this method. Oh. Rules aren't being calculated because I can't move yet. If I press a button, it should work. Press a button. Nope. Oh, I didn't... That's a... Okay. Okay, now it will do this stuff. Oh, it should recalculate rules when it loads, though. It should do that here. So I don't even need to do this. Okay, so something is going wrong. It should be getting in here. Alright. We're going through each space in the whole thing. Is it on row 2? Ah, crap. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Actually, let's look at the... Oh, I have row here. You know what I need? I need like a... Well, maybe not. I am putting the name... I'm adding the tile. So the grid should have tiles on it. Alright, let's go to this. Grid. So row 1, column 1 should have Baba on it, and it does. Oh, right. Wait, it's upside down? Oh, I can't see it. Oh, right, because I have to flip it upside down in the representation. Okay, so what I actually want is 22. Nope, I'm on the wrong row. Sorry. I want row 16, column 22. Uh-oh. That's not good. Hit play. I want to see what the level looks like. See, when it iterates through the thing, it's actually going... wait. No, it should be going top down. Alright, let's change it so I don't have to wait through that loop. First rule, Baba is you. And I'm going to have nothing else on the screen. So the very first thing I should get into should have something in it. Column. No tiles. Oh, is it going bottom up? Crap. So the way I load this, yeah, these are at the bottom. Wait. These get placed at the bottom of the array. These get placed at the top. Okay, so I actually want Bob as you down here. Alright, try that. Okay, this column should have something on it. It does. It has Baba. But I have not detected that it is a word. Whoops. That's fine. Didn't I just write a method to do that? Tile? No, I did not. Okay. Make another one called word words. So it's going to be all these, but it's also going to be, oh geez. Again, this should be in an external file, but in order to speed this up, try to get it done today. Okay, all and Baba belt box. All. All and Baba belt box. I'll do it alphabetically. I'll put this on the other screen so I can just do this. Okay, box. Defeat. Door. Flag. Float. Has. Is. Key. Make. Whoops. Move, not. Those are a bunch of objects. So on, open, push, rock, shift, shut, skull, stop, text, wall, weak, win, you. Alright, so when I create a new thing, if word words contains our name, is word equal, oh, what's it called? Just word. Word. Okay. Bug fixed, hopefully. Now let's run it again. So I should get one rule on the screen, I think, if I've coded everything right, or in the print line. I got nothing. Okay, we'll have to debug through it. I'm getting a little bit hungry, so I'll see how far I get on this endeavor. Alright, words contains one thing. It contains Baba, correct. Alright, so sentences is empty, so we're going to iterate through all of the words that we've got. We've got one of them. We're going to create a new sentence. We're going to add it to the chain. Oh my god. Did I get lucky? Lunchtime? No lunchtime. Alright, debug again. I don't eat until I fix this part. So we know it's going to go in here. We're going to add it to sentences. I'll just step through. Alright, so our sentence has a list of tiles, and the first one is Baba. That is correct. We're going to add it to our list of sentences up here. Exit the loop. There's no more tiles. Alright, go to the next column. This should be is. It is. Okay, so we've got an is. If sentences is empty, well, it is not. Alright, so s dot add to chain. So we've got s. Move that over there. This source currently contains Baba. When I call add to chain, first is true, so it's just going to, it should just do this and nothing else. I should call that space so I don't get confused with the sentences. So this word tile should have an is. Yep. So we're going to add is to tiles. So now tiles should have Baba and is. Okay. We should exit this method now. So this method so far works. We have no new sentences. So we just exit. So now our sentence S has Baba is. No more sentences. This is empty, so that won't do anything. Then we're going to clear it, which also doesn't do anything. So at the end here, let's just skip ahead. Our sentence S, which for some reason is not showing up over here. I think I'm on this line. Wait, what happened? Oh. I ran into an empty space and it cleared the sentence. So what I actually want to do is I want to put this here. Just for debugging. Aha! I've detected a rule! We have Baba is you, the sentence. Alright, I am gonna do some lunch. I'll be back in like half an hour, and we will continue making Baba is you, Baba is clone engine.